Hi, I'm here with my mom, Kathy. How's it going, Mom?
It's going well.
Alright, so this interview is about we're learning about love and marriage in our Christian existence class, and I would like to talk to you about you and Dad.
Okay.
So my dad lives in Florida. My parents are divorced. So this is gonna be an interview with a single parent. Okay, so I guess I'll start off with how old were you when you met Dad?
I was about 29.
29.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, didn't you have me at 30?
I was 35 when I had you.
Oh, I thought you were younger. Then never mind. So you met him when you were 29. Then when did you get married?
When I was 30.
Only a year?
Mm-hmm.
How was the engagement process, or being engaged, I should say?
Well, we got engaged pretty quickly, so then you have to plan a wedding. So it kind of went. It was busy. It was fast,
And it is really fast.
We had a lot of people. I come from a large family, so we had 200 and something people at our wedding.
Yeah, we have a lot of people in our family.
So yeah, it was a little busy.
Okay, well, so this might be a little bit of a deeper question, but that is really fast. Do you think that might have had something to do with maybe getting divorced?
No, I really don't. I don't think so. I thought there were other reasons for that, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
You don't think it was going too fast?
No, not at our ages. I mean, we got married at 30 and
I guess
32.
that is true. Yeah.
So, we weren't.
Because in my head, I'm like, a year? Damn.
Yeah, but we were, as I said, we were 30 and 32, so we weren't young kids. It wasn't an age. It wasn't an age factor or a too soon factor.
So wait, if you guys met when you were 29, how long did you guys date for before you even got engaged?
Oh wow, you're going back a while. I want to say we were dating. I met him at maybe I was 28, 29, right in there.
Okay.
So we dated for about a year. I think we were dating 6 months when we got engaged, and then we got married a year later. So it was like a year and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought I'd say. I'm sorry, but wow, I didn't actually think that was that's really fast.
Well, again, we were 30 when we got married. We were 30 and 32.
Right. And then so I have a brother. His name's Joey. He's going to be 21 in July.
Yes, he is.
It's crazy. So, and you had him at
33.
33. Oh, okay.
And 35 with you.
Oh, okay. So that was a bit more time.
Yeah.
How was that time before kids and everything?
Yeah, I wanted to give it a couple years. I wanted to have a little newlywed experience, I guess you would say. And but again, we weren't 20 something, so I couldn't wait too long.
Right.
So I had your brother at 33, and you, I was 35.
Nice. Cool. I had something in my head, but then I forgot it. And then, okay, so then you guys got married here in New York.
Yes, in New York, and then your dad we both had good jobs, and he was offered a business opportunity to move to Florida. Right. So
hence why I was born in Florida.
So we did that,
the only one.
And you were born in Florida, right?
Yeah. And so I know he lived in Suffolk County. He lived in...
Yeah, your dad and I were set up on a blind date by a friend of mine. Was married to your dad's boss at the time, and they set us up on a blind date.
He's met off a blind date?
Blind date. Mm-hmm.
Blind date, dated for 6 months, and then got engaged.
Yes, so we got married a year later.
That's wild. I just thought it was a lot longer for some reason. Maybe it's just a stigma I had in my head, but...
Okay.
Nice. You're not wasting any time.
Well, yeah.
But you said, the age.
Yeah,
that was a big fact. Yeah,
we weren't 22.
So you think if you were younger, you would have?
Oh yeah, I would have went slower.
You would, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that what? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting to know. So. Okay, so you lived in, not Rockville Center, East Rockaway.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So you lived in East Rockaway, and then he lived in Suffolk County.
Yeah, he's from Smithtown, and when I
Smithtown,
met
is it?
him, I think he was living in, I want to say Center Reach or in that area. He was out in Suffolk.
Gotcha. So how did you commute to him? Did he commute to you? Or was
Well,
it like...
he drove to me, and we went out to dinner or stuff like that, and then yeah, we met in the middle sometimes.
That's pretty far.
Yeah, it was an hour, so sometimes we met in the middle.
It's really similar to me and my boyfriend.
Sometimes I went there. Sometimes he came, my way.
Was distance like difficult, or was it just like...
No, I mean we were both working. We didn't have
Right.
anything,
So mostly like the weekends, stuff like that.
Yeah. During the week, I commuted to the city. I was working in the city, and he worked long hours too. So yeah, it was mostly the weekend.
Did he ever take you on like a really good date? Did he ever like really pull out all the moves for you?
Well, he sent me a dozen roses after our first date.
That's cute.
And he, he gave me a bracelet on our second date.
That guy.
Yeah, he brought me a bracelet on our second date. He was very, he had grand gestures, I guess you would say.
They're not grand, but...
Isn't that what you just said?
Kind of, yeah. Nice. So, well, what did you think when you first met his family? Like when you first met them.
Well, his mother was a lot, but he was, he was very good to her. He was a good son. He took care of her, and that impressed me. That
there was a good quality in him.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good quality you would see in someone.
Of course, yeah. Somebody who's family oriented, and he took care of his mother. He took care of his younger brother, because there was a big age difference between them.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like a mentor at the time to his. Who's obviously now they're all grown up, but back then,
right,
his brother was a lot younger. So he was like a mentor to him, and his parents were divorced. He took care of his mom. So I thought, as much as she was a lot, I was impressed with how he took care of her, which was nice.
Do you think that translated to when you guys had kids? Like when you first had Joey?
What do you mean?
Did you see that kind of like, was he like caring and
with Joey? Yeah, he was great.
At first?
Yeah, absolutely, he was. Yeah, he would help. He wanted to be involved. Yeah, definitely.
No, I think you and I both know kind of why that took a downfall. But if you want to maybe better explain how it happened at the time.
Your brother. I was pregnant with you when your brother was diagnosed with autism.
Yes.
And we didn't know anything about that or what we were about to go through and experience. And unfortunately, Joey is severely autistic. It is a spectrum, and he was not high functioning. He still isn't to this day, and it was tough.
And it's kind of what I think as well. That kind of did it kind of change him from how he used to be?
Yeah, your dad had a hard time.
Yeah.
Accepting that and dealing with that. He also, he worked very hard. He had his own business, and then there was a lot of stress there. And then he came home to, an autistic kid running around screaming for 14 hours straight. So it was a tough time. And you were an infant. So infants are a lot of work as well.
Sorry about that.
Even though you were healthy, thank God. So it was just, unfortunately, it was just we had a lot working against us, and it just in the end it just didn't work out.
But I gotta say, on the flip side of that, you are a strong, independent woman who did raise 2 children and brought me from Florida back to New York.
Yes, I did. Well, after the divorce.
That was probably difficult.
I got divorced, and I didn't have anyone in Florida. I mean, he had family there. He had people, and I just wanted to go home. So I brought you back, and we kind of just started a new chapter.
Mm-hmm. And was that change from, I guess, like from I guess being married for 15 years. It's a while. And then from going from that, obviously when you get married, you never expect divorce to happen.
True.
But how do you think you, I guess, got through it?
It was hard. My family, my friends. I was lucky that I had a lot of support from my parents, particularly my dad, and my good friends. I leaned on them, and cousins.
And, love that.
Yeah, and that's how I got through it. Good friends, good family.
And I mean, so much better for it, obviously.
I mean, listen, it's unfortunate that we got divorced, obviously, and like as you said, you never think that's going to happen. But your dad and I are, we're amicable. We get along. It's not like it's not a volatile situation. So it's all
civil.
It's all good. Yeah.
What do you think was the most difficult out of
getting divorced?
Yeah.
The hardest part is the kids.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit your daughter down and tell her that mom and dad are getting divorced. I mean, it was one of the worst conversations I've ever had in my whole life.
Yeah.
Was telling you that. And it was tough.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like we're a lot better for it. Sometimes you just, you're in a situation. You
and I have gone through a lot together that other mothers and daughters have not gone through. Autism, the divorce, relocating. So it's, we've been very fortunate that we have a strong bond, and we've helped each other through it. I've tried to shield you from things, but that life has a way of educating even the young. So you did grow up a little faster than I would have liked.
That's all right.
But at the end of the day, I think you're going to be a stronger woman for it.
I think so too. And last question I'll ask you. What advice would you give, like, someone my age, or someone, like the teenagers, I guess, or people maybe about to get married, or...
Well, I would say definitely, take your time, get to know somebody really well. And I would say just, don't lose sight of yourself. Like, it's a team effort. It's people say marriage is 50-50. Marriage is not 50-50. Marriage is 100% and 100%. You really have to.
I like that.
You really have to and sometimes one person does carry more of the weight than the other. That's life. But it really is a team. You have to be a team. You have to work together. And at the same time, you have to still be an individual. You still, you're not just Mrs. Fill in the blank. You have to be yourself. You have to keep your own convictions and your own goals and dreams. And if the other person supports you, then that's what you want.
Right.
And if the other person doesn't support you, then that's not the person for you.
Right.
So that would be my advice.
That was a really good way to end it. That was really good advice. I think I was like, wow.
I'm glad you think
wise,
so.
Very wise.
I try.
All right. Well, and that's all the time we have. So, bye.